Chapter 1. Introducing myself. My name is Sophia Johnson. I'm 27 years old. And I live in New York City. I'm a bit on the tall side with long, wavy blonde hair and green eyes that people say are quite expressive. My days begin before the sun is fully up because I work as a graphic designer for a prominent lifestyle magazine. It's the job I've always dreamed of. But the path to get here was anything but a straight line. Chapter 2. My morning ritual. Every morning, the alarm on my phone chimes at 6:30 a.m. The very first thing I do is reach over to silence it. I take a long, deep breath, stretch my arms above my head, and then swing my legs out of bed. My bedroom is my sanctuary, small but incredibly cozy with soft white bedding and a few green plants soaking up the light on the windowsill. The morning light in New York has a unique golden quality, especially in the spring. As it bounces off the skyscrapers, I walk straight to the bathroom to begin my skincare routine. My skin is quite sensitive, so over the years, I have carefully curated a collection of products that work for me. I start by washing my face with a gentle foaming cleanser that has a light calming scent. Then I pat on a hydrating toner that makes my skin feel awake and fresh. After that, I apply a vitamin-rich serum to give my skin a healthy glow. Finally, I seal everything in with a lightweight moisturizer to keep my skin hydrated throughout the day. Next is my makeup. I prefer a simple and natural look. I start with a tinted moisturizer that evens out my skin tone without feeling heavy. Then I dab a bit of concealer under my eyes to look more awake, a soft swipe of blush on my cheeks, a coat of mascara to make my eyes pop, and a nude pink lipstick complete my look. It's a quick routine that makes me feel put together and ready for whatever the day holds. Chapter 3. Breakfast and preparing for work. Once I'm ready, I head to my small kitchen to make breakfast. Cooking is a form of meditation for me. Even when it's something as simple as a morning meal. Today, I'm making avocado toast with a perfectly poached egg on top. I love the contrast of the creamy avocado with the warm, runny yolk of the egg. I add a sprinkle of salt, pepper, and a dash of red pepper flakes for a little kick, accompanied by a steaming cup of freshly brewed coffee. My breakfast is a perfect start to the day. While I eat, I usually go over my schedule for the day. I'm currently leading a new design project at the magazine, and there's a lot on my plate, but I try not to let the pressure overwhelm me. Instead, I focus on the creative excitement of bringing a new concept to life and the deep satisfaction that comes with completing a project. I'm proud of. Chapter 4. A day at the office. My career is a huge part of my identity, but it hasn't been without its share of difficulties. I faced countless failures along the way. When I was just starting out in the competitive design industry, I struggled deeply with rejection. I would pour my heart into my ideas only to have them turned down repeatedly. It was incredibly hard not to take it personally, but I eventually learned to view these moments as valuable opportunities for growth. Over time, I've developed a thicker skin when it comes to criticism, and now I actively use feedback to refine and improve my work. At the office, I am fortunate to be surrounded by a team of brilliant and creative people. We brainstorm concepts, sketch out drafts, and collaborate to create visual stories that connect with our readers. Some days are certainly more challenging than others, especially when deadlines are looming. But I've learned the importance of staying calm and focused under pressure. Chapter 5. Love, friends, and finding myself outside of my professional life. My personal world is filled with its own ups and downs. I've experienced my share of heartbreak, including a significant relationship that ended just last year. My boyfriend Liam and I had been together for 3 years. We had built a life together, sharing countless happy memories, from celebrating birthdays to taking spontaneous road trips. But as time went on, we realized our visions for the future were fundamentally different. It was a painful decision to let go. But I knew it was the right one for both of us. After the breakup, I leaned heavily on my friends. They have been my unwavering support system. Through everything, we have a favorite coffee shop in the West Village, where we can talk for hours over lattes and croissants. They helped me understand that it's not only okay, but necessary to take time for myself and to rediscover what truly makes me happy. Chapter 6: The Challenges of New York Life. Living in New York City presents its own unique set of challenges. It's a city overflowing with opportunity, but it can also feel incredibly isolating at times, especially when you're still trying to carve out your own path. The culture here can be intense and judgmental, and I've had to navigate encounters with people who doubted my capabilities or criticized my life choices. But I've learned that the most important opinion is the one I have of myself, not what others think of me. Self-love has become a cornerstone of my life. I've started to truly embrace who I am, including all my imperfections. I've learned to be kinder to myself, to celebrate the small wins, and to accept that it's okay not to have everything figured out. Chapter 7: A New Beginning. Lately, I've been deeply reflecting on what success truly means to me. It's not just about having a prestigious job or receiving accolades for my work. It's about creating a balanced life, nurturing meaningful relationships, and actively pursuing things that bring me pure joy. I recently signed up for a series of cooking classes, learning to make complex dishes. I never thought I could. It has become a wonderful way for me to decompress and be creative outside of my job. As I continue on my journey, I've realized that life isn't about avoiding failure or seeking everyone's approval. It's about learning from every single experience, becoming stronger, and remaining true to my authentic self. And here in New York, this vibrant, chaotic city I call home, I am slowly but surely finding my way. Chapter 8: Exploring passions and new adventures. After my relationship with Liam ended, I knew I needed to fill the void in my life by diving headfirst into my passions and hobbies. I've always had an interest in photography, but it was a flame I never fully fanned, so I decided to invest in a quality camera and began exploring the city through a new lens. Quite literally, on weekends, I would wake up early, pack my camera bag, and set out to discover the hidden corners of New York. The city is a masterpiece of contrasts: gleaming modern skyscrapers, nestled against historic brownstones, vibrant street art, splashed across old brick walls, and serene parks, where time itself seems to pause. I found myself captivated by the people of New York, capturing candid moments of strangers living their lives. This hobby quickly blossomed into a deep passion, and I started sharing my photos on a social media account, receiving wonderfully positive feedback from friends and even people I'd never met. Chapter 9: Building new connections. One afternoon, while photographing in a small art district in Chelsea, I met a woman named Chloe. She was an art curator and immediately noticed my passion for photography. We started talking, and before I knew it, Chloe had offered to feature some of my work in a small, independent gallery she managed. This was a massive turning point for me. The opportunity to share my art with a wider audience felt like a profound validation of my talent and all my hard work. The exhibition was a humble success, but it was about so much more than just displaying my photos. It was about forging connections with others who shared my love for art. At the gallery opening, I met a diverse and inspiring group of people: artists, writers, and fellow photographers. They shared their stories, their struggles, and their triumphs, which motivated me to keep pushing the boundaries of my own journey. Chapter 10: Learning new skills and growing. With my confidence soaring, I decided it was time to learn new skills that could help my career. I enrolled in an online course for digital marketing. Realizing it could help me promote both my photography and my design work. The course was demanding, requiring long hours of study and practical application. But it paid off handsomely when I started seeing tangible results. My online presence grew, and I began to receive inquiries for freelance design and photography projects. Balancing my full-time job at the magazine with these new side projects was a true challenge. There were days I felt completely overwhelmed, working late into the night to meet every deadline. But I constantly reminded myself that these were the necessary steps toward building the life I envisioned, a life where my passion and my profession could merge seamlessly. Chapter 11: Facing New Challenges. However, the path was not always smooth. Along the way, I encountered new obstacles. One of the most difficult was dealing with jealousy and competition within the creative industry. Some of my colleagues were incredibly supportive, but others were not pleased with my growing success. There were quiet whispers, and I sometimes felt intentionally excluded from collaborative projects. This was hurtful, but I knew I had to remain focused on my own goals and not allow negativity to derail my progress. To cope with the added stress, I started practicing mindfulness and meditation every morning after my skincare routine. I would spend 10 minutes sitting in silence, focusing on my breath and setting a positive intention for the day. This simple practice became my anchor, helping me stay grounded and clear-headed, even when things felt chaotic. Chapter 12: Celebrating Milestones. As the year unfolded, I found many reasons to celebrate. My birthday arrived in June, and I decided to host a small gathering at my apartment. I invited my closest friends and the colleagues who had genuinely supported me throughout the year. We spent the evening enjoying dishes I had made myself, including my signature lasagna, fresh salads, and a decadent chocolate cake I had baked from scratch. The night was filled with laughter, heartfelt toasts to new beginnings, and an overwhelming sense of gratitude for the journey I was on. Liam, my ex-boyfriend, also sent a message to wish me a happy birthday. We had a short, friendly exchange, and it felt good to know that we had both moved on and were growing in our own separate ways. Chapter 13: Reflecting on the Meaning of Life. As I navigated these new experiences, I often found myself pondering the deeper meaning of life. What did success really signify? Was it about hitting career milestones? Or was it something more profound? For me, success began to feel less about external achievements and more about the quality of the relationships I built, the love I gave and received, and the deep fulfillment I found in doing what I loved. I realized that life wasn't a race to a finish line, but a journey to be savored, learning from every twist and turn. This new perspective helped me deal with toxic people and situations more effectively. I stopped seeking validation from those who didn't truly support me. Instead, I concentrated on surrounding myself with people who uplifted me and shared my vision for a rich and fulfilling life. Chapter 14: Final Thoughts. My journey in New York has been one of self-discovery, profound growth, and learning to embrace life's inherent uncertainties. I have faced challenges, celebrated successes, and learned that the most important relationship I will ever have is the one I have with myself. As I continue to build my career, deepen my passions, and navigate the beautiful complexities of life, I do so with a newfound sense of confidence and a heart full of hope. This is just the beginning of my story. There is so much more to explore, learn, and experience, and I am ready for whatever comes next.